Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night's Messages of Love from Above, the final night of the weekend. So, hopefully, everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Or for those of you on the other side of the world, happy Monday morning to you. And before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in multiplying that, I, of course, welcome that. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and just multiply that together to help the world raise its vibration to a higher and higher and higher love. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And then let that love flow down into us like a giant cup or chalice. It fills us up and overflows out to the world, surrounding the planet in a big bubble of love, 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 igniting every heart that's ready for higher and higher vibrational love. And if you yourself are in need of love this evening for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space for that. So, thank you so much. Before we get into the readings, just like to let everyone know you still have a last chance to get into the reading giveaway for tomorrow. Here is the link to the video. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video for the following Monday on what I'm giving away and how you can get into the drawing and any giveaway news that I have. So be sure to check that out because there is a announcement in there about a monthly giveaway that I'm starting. It has to do with the readings that I put out for a monthly readings by each individual zodiac sign. This one is the playlist. If you haven't checked it out for this month yet, it's all free, so you can check those out at your convenience. And then also each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And so I have a ton of them available on my main page if you ever are in need of extra messages from spirit. The one this week was all about the Aries new moon solar eclipse energy, and that energy follows the reading through time. And then also the sun moved into Taurus, so happy birthday to all you Taurians. And we're in full blown Mercury retrograde, so it does talk about the energies around that as well. So if you want to see what you can do with that energy, and what it has coming towards you, you can check those out. All right. Well, those are the main announcements there. Let me just get my desktop set up here and we will get in to the readings. And if you are new to my channel or these readings, welcome, first of all, and how they work. So the free readings, um, there's no special list or anything like that. I just go down the chat list in order, first come, first serve. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what you're wanting to have answers on, and they'll bring through the messages for you that way as well. If anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings and I give those priority and also dive deep into those a bit more just to honor that energy exchange. And then once I'm done with those, I step back into the free readings and continue down. I'm usually on about an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes more if I go out of balance. But so I try to get through as many free readings as I can because I understand not everyone can make a donation. And for those that do make a donation, there's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's funds range from day to day, person to person, country to country, depending on what's going on in your life. So I just honor the energy exchange, whatever dollar amount that it is for. You can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom of the chat here, or at the pinned comment at the top, and also on the description box of my video down below. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and Square as well. So you can check those out if whatever's best and convenient for you. All right. I think that's everything, right? Let's get into the readings here. I have been using this beautiful, beautiful tarot of the mystical moments. So we'll continue to use those. I love the imagery on these. So if you like them for yourself, you know where you can, well, you can pick them up on Amazon or wherever you get them, but at least you know what they are called and what the box looks like. All right. So hello, hello, everybody. So glad to see you. And let's see, we don't have any donations. Yep. So we will start at the very top. Oop, let me make sure I have that set to live here. There we go. So first up, we do have Esmeralda. So Esmeralda, good evening to you as well. All is well. And I hope all is well with you as well. And you'd like to know what are Z's general feelings about you. All right, let's take a look here and see what is going on inside Z's heart for you. All right. Well, there definitely is a change of the emotions that are in there. And it's not really so much emotion as it is passion because you got ones, two ones. It's the fire, it's the, the little warmness, the attraction that's there. And I feel like with the 10 of wands is an ending. You can see how there's this, it feels like a burden here. It means they've invested a lot of passion. It's almost like it's like so extreme for them that it's just a bit much. But the Page of Wands, this is like a new beginning. So the ending, they're just like, I can't, live with having this much passion, going on in there, this much energy invested towards you. So they're looking into here. I feel like with this Page of Wands, they are just reevaluating what energy they're putting in to, towards you and with you. And I almost feel like there's this, I don't know, it just feels like from their viewpoint, of course, we have to consider with all this is from their viewpoint that they're investing a lot, but it doesn't feel like it's enough, like almost like if someone is feels like they're giving and giving and giving and giving, and they're not giving us what we need though. It's like if they're giving you a field of wheat, but you're allergic to wheat and you just want one stalk of corn, but they're giving you all this wheat and all this, stuff that's not corn, and all you'd be happy with just a kernel of corn. You're like, that's all I'm looking for. But they're giving you all this other stuff and they feel like I'm giving it all and it's just not enough. And you're just like, you know what? Go trade all that wheat in on a piece of kernel of corn and give the kernel of corn to me. It has to do kind of with like love language. How sometimes we just want like my particular love language may be different from theirs because the different five love languages according to that book, The Five Languages of Love. See if I can remember them all. So we have spending time with each other, being told that I'm loved, touch, acts of service where someone's doing something for us, and gifts. I can't believe I remember. It has to be spirit, remembering them all. So there's five, and I feel like you have one that maybe yours is time. Spend time with me, and theirs is touch. So I feel like they were like, I want to have touch and stuff, and you're like, that's all right. And maybe time is good, but it's not the kind of time that you're wanting, right? Or maybe yours is being told that you're loved, and theirs is all about time. And it's like, I don't care. It's just, it feels like the energy that they're giving is not what you're wanting, and the energy you're giving, thinking you have the same love language, isn't what they're wanting. So I feel like there's a disconnect in where you guys are investing your energy. And just even if you just find out, hey, what how do you like to be shown that you're loved? Which of these five? Usually there's one that's dominant, and possibly two. We all really have all five at some level, but there's usually dominant ones. And it usually is the one that we didn't get when we were children. Usually it seems to be. But anyway, that's what they have for you, Esmeralda. So if you're like, okay, let me just inquire and see if you guys have that close of a relationship yet. It's just finding out, what is it? How do they wanna be shown love, and how do you like to be shown love? And then you can be just blown away by it. If you ever have a chance to read the book, it's amazing. I mean, I read it 15 or more years ago, and, I still remember all of those because the stories they have, because they give a lot of examples of couples who were on the verge of like divorcing and breaking up and all that, and they just talked about the love language, and they're just like bing, bing, bing. So anyway, but that's what's coming through, Esmeralda. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right, and we'll continue moving down the list. So the next free reading will be Candy World. But Christy, thank you so much for your donation. So I will step out to complete yours. And I do see up here that you would like another general reading. Absolutely. So let's take a look here. And if you have more specific question, you can definitely pop that in there too. But let's take a look here and see, what is Spirit wanting me to know right now. Okay, that one, and then that one, and then that one. Now, being particular, it has to be in this order. We'll see what they are here. And you also get an enchanted map oracle. Ooh. Is there treasure involved? Arg. I tell you, Spirit's been goofy today. I know, blame it on Spirit, right? Hey, 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 hey. Okay. See, look, there's even flying unicorns or something here. So let me see if I can get that a little closer, if that'll be a little better lighting there. There it goes. So you're flying, card number 20. I love the colors of that. Just that looks like a butterfly horse. I like it. So let's see what comes in here for you with the moving card here, and then we'll check out your tarot. You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? And when you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. Ooh, I like it. Let's see what your tarot is in here too. All right. So you do have the Two of Swords here, and the Two of Swords tells us that you have decisions that are coming up, and to close your eyes and open your heart and trust your heart, trust your intuition, allow both your heart and your mind to have a seat at the table here. And with the new moon up there, you do have this new opportunities that are coming in for you. So as you're making these decisions, avoid doing it strictly from mind, and look at things from that high heart, from what will make your heart sing, right? Allow those both to have a good balance in there. I mean, you are looking at changing directions here coming up with the Three of Wands. And right before that, because they did want them in order. So you have these choices to make. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which the wheels are turning. There's fated events that are unfolding for you that you don't have a choice of them coming in and out of your life, but you get to choose, of course, what story you put to it, how you feel about it, what energy you want to invest in it. But really, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's the tune of for you, the for tune. So even your human feels happy about the fated events that are coming in because it's allowing you, you're making some choices, fated events come in, and then you also alter course. So I feel like you make some decisions, some other stuff comes in that you go, "Oh, okay. Well, now I've made some steps, but now new stuff has come in, and so I'm changing and going new directions." And it's all good, you know. I like that you have your horse that comes in, and the Knight of Pentacles is after all of those things. Then you have, the last card was the Knight of Pentacles, which is about things will move slowly on the outside for a little bit because you're flying on the inside, but it's like you're kind of the outside world isn't catching up with those the flying that's going in and your thoughts and your emotions and your energy. The outside world is, almost appears to be moving really slow, but it will catch up. It does take time. The Knight of Pentacles, they're on the quest to look at your worth in relationship to the outside world. And I do like this for you coming in because, um, I feel like with maybe things have been a lot of stuff has been going on and happening, and especially after you make some choices and decisions and some fated events come in and you change direction, you're like, "I am ready for slow movement in the outside world for a little bit." Until, it is still movement, it's just the slowest moving night out of them all. So I really like this for you coming up, and I am excited to see what these decisions are and these changes that you're making. So that is what they have coming in for you, Christy O'Connor. So many blessings to you, and thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. So we left off from the free readings with Candy World. And you're like, hey, will you pass this year's final? Dun, dun, dun. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit have to say? Whoa. let me get clarity on this here. Okay. I was like, "Oh my gosh, tower burn down." Um, the I like this for you because it's fast moving, showing you moving your energy. And I what I am getting with all this, especially the Knight of Wands, they are questing like all knights. This knight quests after the Ace of Wands, which is about your power. What do you do with your power ends up showing the tower. The tower is everything will always unfold for you. And I like that energy coming in because what we fear is that everything's going to fall down around us, and what the stories mean that we put around it, right? But the Knight of Wands is about we hold so much power and co-creative force in our life. And when we focus on our fears, we actually draw things to us that we fear are going to come into our life. And if we fear something's going to leave our life, it is repelled out of our life. We're powerful that way. But when we focus in on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what we do want, then there's this joy that's calm and peaceful. And we are able to access all this beautiful knowledge that's in our noggin that we've studied, right? So you will study. We know you're going to study, you're going to be prepared. And all that information is going to be here in your subconscious that you can retrieve when you're calm. When you're in fear and focusing on your fears, we go into what I say is your cat mind. We go into protective mode. Our intelligent, compassionate, loving individual, boom, is knocked out of the control room. We don't have access to our subconscious because our human brain, when it feels it's in fear, just wants to be able to attack or run. And that's what the cat mind does. It hisses and attacks and hisses and runs. And so you don't want that cat taking the test. So that's why it's saying that within your power here, that you get to choose where your energy is at when you're going in to take the test. You can, if you really grasp that and trust that everything that happens for me, I'm going to do my best. And whatever unfolds is for my highest best, whether I realize it or not in the moment, right? And when we can do that, we're in this place of peace. And that's why you've heard of how, like, for interviews or for tests, there's test anxiety, interview anxiety, where you can have the best, most qualified people for a job, or someone who's just knows all the stuff, and like you study and you quiz and like note cards, and you're testing each other in a calm environment, and then they go into the interview or they go into the test and they're just like frozen. I don't, or like stage fright. They've been practicing, rehearsing, they've got it all down. They get on stage. What was I going to say? That's because we're gone and there's a cat standing there, a cat interviewing, a cat taking a test, and a cat on stage. Oh, not going to go very well, right? So I like this for you because it does say it's all within your power. And if you can do things before you go and test, take the year's final, you just take deep breaths, do meditation, just stay calm, and really try to build that trust that, what, I'm going to do my best, and how it unfolds, I know it's for me, and it doesn't mean anything about me. You know, if you study and you're all prepared and you fail, I know that's our fear. What does it mean? We can take it again, right? Oh, but it's going to delay it. So, well, what are people going to think? What are they going to think? Tell them to go take the freaking test, right? See how well you do, and that's what we're like, when we really think about it, and we're just like, yeah, people who really love me and know me aren't going to give a flip around about it, right? They're going to be like, yeah, don't worry about it. The people that don't know us, that are making these judgments, why do we care what they think anyway? They don't have all the information. They're not making proper judgment. So why do we care about it, right? There's a beautiful lesson throughout it as well, that we learn about all areas of our life. But I feel that's kind of what Spirit is saying is like, you got this. Just try to stay calm so you have access to your brilliant mind. Or if you want to have a cat go take the test, make sure it has a pretty little collar, maybe a diamond one, like in, on the James Bond that had the villain with, the diamonds around their neck. But try to have fun, Candy, and that's what Spirit has for you right now. So many blessings to you. All righty, we'll continue moving down the list here. And so, Julia, hello, hello. And you want Leo's energy for the week? Oh, here's the big week, right? So let's take a look here and see what we've got coming from the Leo for this week. All right. All right. So perfect. All right. So beautiful fiery energy here with the Magician and the King of Wands. Basically the same card twice. Really iterating here that they are ready to step up and express and be this fiery self of theirs. They're ready to be the divine masculine, connect to the divine masculine within them, and take action and movement, action and movement. So I really like this here. So and they are so ready here. I love this because it's like they gave you two cards showing that they're really, really serious about stepping forward and really expressing their passion. And here's the ending of an old world, leaving behind old cycles and ready for new beginnings. And here's the first card, which is where they head off to here. Last card in the major arcana, first card in the major arcana, ready for a new journey, a new adventure without expectations around it. A lot of freedom. They're ready to let old ways go and new ways come. So I really like this combination of all of these here. They're ready for this new beginning, um, and I feel like they're just really feel prepared and grounded now. The King of Pentacles here, they learn so much about the outside world and their relation to their worth to the outside world. They bring a lot of great wisdom that they're realizing that, who they are in relationship to the outside world, and how when they define themselves by relationship situations and things, how they felt unstable. So I really feel like an inner stability that's coming in. And then they want to share that. So I feel like what a big change. It's like they had this big, put on my that's funny. Spirit, I'm telling you, Spirit is just funny today. Uh, I haven't checked the planets, but they're saying that he was like, "I'm putting on my big girl panties today, and I'm stepping up, and I'm ready for this." And they're showing me like in the old was it Stuart Smalley? No, that was something else. I forget what it was, but I think it was on like Mad TV or Saturday Night Live or something where they're in the mirror. You're good enough. You're smart enough. And dang it, people like you. And I feel like they're just really getting themselves pumped up and ready because they were like delaying it, delaying it, delaying it because the time hadn't come yet, right? And now they're just like, all right, here it is. It's either, go big or go home. And I feel like that's how they suddenly just click today. Here it comes, you know, go big or go home. So I really like that coming in here, Julia. So that is what is coming through. Yeah, I'm excited for you, but it really feels really good, right? It's just like, booyah. They just It's like delay, delay, delay. They're just like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, here it is. You have to, you've been putting off it and you're like, here's the last exit ramp. Otherwise, you're headed across this bridge. Think it is it in maybe it's Louisiana. Is that Lake Charles that's outside of New Orleans? I forget there's like a bridge somewhere over a lake where once you get on it, there's no turnaround. There's just one way. I think it's like 2 bridges and or something like this, whatever they're showing me. And you have to go all the way across it, and you have one last exit before you get on it, and it says, "Last chance," and if not, pst, here it goes, and they're like, "You know what? I'm going for it. I've decided it." And then they're all in with it, right? And that's what I feel. So, many blessings to you, Julia. I can't wait. What an exciting week. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And next up here, hey Zono, hello, hello. And it looks like you have your question further down below, so we will get to you here momentarily. And thank you so much, Felicia, for your wonderful reminder and for hitting the like button. I really appreciate you guys. I get involved in the readings and I forget, so I really appreciate Felicia reminding me. It's a good reminder. I know she's not reminding me particularly, but it is a good reminder to say thank you for all your thumbs up and all your love. It just definitely helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami. It's something everyone can do for free. So if you enjoy your reading, give it a thumbs up, and that does help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Felicia, hello, hello. And you can get a general reading, absolutely. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know right here, right now. All right. Well, you have the Hanged Man here, which is about, some things might feel like they're going slow, and you might feel like there's a pause button that's hit for a little bit here. But while this is like paused, and you're seeing things from a different perspective, you have the Two of Wands, because this is where you're learning about what you focus on is what grows and expands, and that you have like the world that you're living in, and then you're able to see a different world that you can also choose. And you're kind of going, all right, let's see which way I want to go and what I want to do. Because you have the Four of Pentacles, which has about, we can get locked into defining ourselves by our old world here, which, is relationships and situations and things. And, when you're looking at those to define you, that's what makes us feel unstable and the world is shaking. But there's a different world, a higher world, right? Where when this world feels like continually disappointing or even boring with its instability, after a while, it's just like, it just can depend on anything out there. And it's true when we're depending on it to be the unconditional love that we find on the inside. And eventually all of that turns us inward and upward. And that's where we're seeing things from a higher perspective, from that hanged man, like we go into a cocoon. We start letting go of these beliefs about who we are and, because of everything else in the outside world, we start to truly find out who we are in the inside, right? Inward and upward, that higher point of view, and it transforms things. It truly sets us free, and we're able to flutter and go higher than we've had in the past, right? So I do like that. Beautiful stepping into our power and knowing, like wherever we focus our energy is where it goes. And with that Two of Wands, focusing on those higher things, gratitude, unconditional love, and joy and peace and laughter, that expands those things. Where when we focus in on our lower vibrational fears, those are the things that we feed. I was just reading I picked a animal spirit card, and I got this rabbit card. And the rabbit card, it had a really cool story, because it's like the rabbit, it liked to yell loudly to everybody and remind everybody, any moment the eagle, the hawk is going to come down and snatch us and we're going to die. And they continue to share their fear over and over and over loudly enough where eventually the eagle or the hawk heard it and go, what a great idea, and it swooped down and snatched the rabbit. That tells us, well, like, what a great example of when we focus on our fears, we draw it to us. And so there's this great awareness that's coming in there. Um, so I like that. Just a wonderful, wonderful awareness coming with your power. So that's what they have for you right now, Felicia. So I like it. Many, many blessings. Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Oh, thank you so much. All right. So, Dijona Sturgis, you'll be the next free reading, but I do see I have a donation. So, Jonathan, thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. You want to know, how will you get, oh, hi. Will you get into the college you applied to? All right. Very good. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. Will you get into the college that you applied for? I what I'm seeing here with this combination is you end up here switching directions. And this is you switching directions, because the Knight of Swords here, I'm sorry, not the Knight, the King of Swords here rules over air, but they're also the master of air, because all the kings get um a second donation, a second uh like portion of air. And that means this is like they master over it. So this also can be education. And so I feel like you changing directions with the education, because the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like something is happening here where you're realizing with the Nine of Pentacles, this is like an inner journey, and you're looking at your relationship to your value your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. You have spirit here chatting with you. And I almost feel like as you look into things, you're really deciding who it is you really want to be in life. What is it that you really want to do? And is there a different college? Is there a different way that is more in alignment with your dream, not the dream that someone else has given you, but your heart? It's the proverbial, you know, parents want me to be a lawyer, but I want to be an artist or I want to be a musician. And it's different schools, right? It's different routes, there's different expertises. And I just feel like there's this change that you're going through. And maybe it is that you don't get into this college, but it's because you really don't wanna get into it, because there's something that is more your dream and not someone else's dream that's been, like, fed to you all of your life, right? Mm. It can be, but I really feel like what's at the core of it is that what you really wanna do with your life, where you really wanna head is different. If you take a step back and go, where is it that my expertise is that I want to be? I feel like there's this change of direction with that three of wands. It's just, I don't, I don't, because that nine of pentacles has to do with looking into that, but it's like switching, it keeps on coming into my mind with all this. So it's like that's what they're saying is that there is a change, even in direction of this direction that you're talking about. It just feels like, you know what? I know this is like feels right with the head of, yeah, this makes sense. This is what I should do. But it's like, really take a step back and look into your heart and go, what is it that I want to do every day? How do I uniquely want to share my talent, my heart with the world? Not which makes the most money or secure or makes everyone else happy. What makes my heart? Let your heart have a seat at the table in making the decision here. So I feel like you are going to get into this college, but I just feel like it's not the one for you because it's going to, it's like, okay, that makes sense for the brain dream, but what about the heart dream, right? And I just feel like there's this change that comes up here for you. So I do feel like you get into the college, but I just kind of feel like it doesn't matter because it's not for you. But that's what's coming through, Jonathan. So uh, hang in there. And if you aren't sure of what your heartstream is, it's a great opportunity to kind of step back and look into that because I feel like there's something special that you have to offer, and we don't need you to fit into the norm. We don't need you to be normal, Jonathan. So stop trying. I like it. So many blessings to you, and thank you so much for your donation as well. All right. So, Dijona, we left off with you for the free readings, and you'd like to, whatever spirit would like you to know right now. I do want that one and that one. All right. Wow, you have this coming up here. You have new love coming here very, very soon. I mean, here's the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. New love, being the Ace and Two of Cups. 1, 2, 1, 2. So really, I think it's just a matter of time. They're just letting you know love is coming. Yes, love is coming. Yes, love is coming. The special relationship is definitely coming here. Whether it is romantic or best friend or reconnection with family member or whatever it may be, definitely there's this significant heartfelt connection with someone that is so close because I just feel like every just every time you ask whatever you want me to know, they're like love's coming. All right, very good, so tell me what else you want me to know. Love's coming. All right, I get it. Anything else? Love's coming. All right already. So I like that this is headed your way, and as you continue to wait for the love train to arrive, it's like working on your higher love. The Ace of Cups is about this reminder of the chalice, the Holy Grail, being filled with the beautiful love from above that opens up the channel of love to the outside world so that you can give love and receive love more, because we can't give or receive love more than to the extent we love ourselves. So the more we focus on our self-love and connecting to the higher realms, that allows our self-love to grow, then the more we're able to, have that beautiful thing come in. So I just feel like it's almost like feels like a repeating record sometimes, right? You're like, "Oh my gosh, what is next?" So, we shall see, we shall see. I kinda wanna pull something different because I feel like you get that message, like every day, right? It's like, I want something, more for you. And we're gonna pull a Path of the Soul Destiny card. And this is the spiritual ink blot test, because it's fractal imaging. So whatever you see in the image is something special for you. And then we read from the book too to see what the author intuited through the picture as well. So let's take a look here. I just want to grab one here. All right. So I'm going to show this to you and then you can see what it means to you. Card number 10. Endings and new beginnings. So something coming. Right. And let's see what this brings in. Yay, work. Right. So this card relates to work, according to the author. It describes working at what you are really here to do. It's about combining all of your knowledge and your gifts on both the physical and spiritual plane and utilizing both as a means of earning a living. If you're not sure what it is you are really here to do, this card is asking you to take action and the rest will follow. The two worlds, yeah, right? The two worlds have come into alignment and the time has come. So it's like they're saying these two worlds are coming together. And this card can also show that you are on the right path. Everything is in proper balance. So you are on the right path, proper balance. And I kind of saw that too, like twinsies, right? Maybe twin flames, but two peas in a pod. But anyway, but that's what I feel's coming in there for you right now, Daijonda. So there we go. A little extra. Many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. You are very welcome. All right. And so up next we have AH Tarot. Hello, hello, hello. And can you know what is coming towards you soon? Let's see here what Spirit has coming through here. So you do have this message here of balancing heart and mind, for sure here, because the Two of Swords, they usually blindfolded, right? Which is close your eyes and open your heart. And I usually see this as like the heart and the mind. It's like allow both to have a seat at the table here with this new decision to be made, with this new situation coming in. And the King of Cups also represents balancing of heart and mind because the King of Cups rules over emotion, the heart, and all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is the mind. So balancing of heart and mind is definitely the theme of your reading here of what Spirit is saying. It's important to let your heart have a seat. Um, I don't feel like, because we can make decisions strictly out of emotion and they may not turn out so well if we don't have some logic about it around it a little bit, right? Because we can make emotional purchases, emotionally eat, we can do all this stuff emotionally. Not really too keen, right? Or we can make decisions strictly out of the mind, and the heart's like boring. I'm not having a good time. I hate this. I want to be able to have a voice too. And so that's when they come together, and we can find these, compromises for the heart and the mind to go. Okay, we can do it this way, heart, but we can't go run rampant. It's like we can run up to here, but this is as far as we can go. A beautiful joining together of heart and mind with whatever's going on or whatever decision has to be made coming up. Allow that intuition that you have a great place in it. Trust it and allow it. Even in those areas where we're like, well, no, no, intuition doesn't have any place here, or heart have any place in this decision. And it's the heart goes, really? Why not? And so I like it because it's like this reminder. It's always a great reminder. Balance, a balanced approach. So I like it. So that's what's coming through for you, AH Tarot. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right, very good. Thanks for being here. All right, and then we have Divine Empathic Tarot. Thank you, all you tarot readers, for being here as well. I love all the energy of everyone coming in here, and there's always uh, there's plenty for everyone to go around, and there's plenty of messages. So definitely, I think someone said, I think it was maybe you, Divine. It's like, hey, I got some new cards. Come check it out. And it's like, yeah, go check it out. Because Spirit loves talking to all of us as much as we'll listen, right? So I love it. So definitely good evening, my fiend. That's gonna be something forever, it's our thing. Anyone know what Spirit has for you? So, let's take a look here. Ma'am, madam, Madam Divine Empathic Tarot. She sees all, knows all. Let's see what, Spirit has for you. I'm so glad you have great sense of humor. Alright, okay, I like this for you. Yeah. Yeah, this great path, and this is so perfect because I know you are at this place. If you're ready to start this new adventure without a lot of rules or boundaries around it yet, which I know sometimes can freak us out. We like to have at least some guardrails so we don't fall off the cliff, right? But they're like, this is an adventure. You have wings, you don't have to worry about falling anywhere because you can fly. I mean, literally, because you're up here too. You can balance things here with the Two of Pentacles. A beautiful unfolding here, beautiful of bringing spirit into the physical world in a new way. And I like this coming in here because it's going to be beneficial. It is going to be fruitful. It's going to be helpful. And I feel like, this is about family tree being cut down. I never thought of it that way before, but I usually looked at the Ten of Pentacles because in some decks it has like the Kabbalah um, tree of life, right? Um, and I usually look at it as this ability to help people heal their family tree, to cut away chains, cut things from the past. And there's this ability because you've done it and you have experienced it, you know how it feels to be the first one to step up and go, you know what? I'm not going to carry on this chain, whatever it may be, right? Because there's so many things passed down from generation to generation that by the time we realize, oh, I don't want to pass that on, it's already been passed on to your children because they're old enough now that they're like, oh God, let me help them break the chain. And that's how I break the chain is before they have children, I try to heal it with my children so that their children don't carry it on, and I love that, this is, I feel like part of what this new journey is that you're going forward with that. And it's very beneficial, very helpful, very rewarding in a lot of ways, including financially. So I like this. This is what Spirit is saying. It's time. And you don't have to have everything in place. You don't have to have it organized, all the thousand steps. Just a couple is good enough, but let's start the adventure. Let's just go. It's time. So I like that. Make the leap. Let's go. So that's what's coming through for you with those cards, Divine Empathic Tarot. madame. So many blessings for you. You did some chop, chop, chop. You you owe me. I kill you. You want to kill me back, huh? Absolutely. We'll have to check into that. All right. So many blessings to you. Eliza, you are up next. Hello, hello. Blessed day to you. And how does P feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. How does P feel about you? All right. I did that one and that one. Wow, two major arcana. So this is some significant big energies here. But the world card is ending old cycles and beginning of new things. It's like they don't want things the way that they've always been, and they're looking for this new adventure that's free of, like the full card that we just had for divine uh, empathic tarot. The full card is this new journey without any expectations. It's like a newborn babe that doesn't have all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos crammed onto him yet. There's like this freedom, and they're just tired of the old ways of trying to live up to so many things. And they're ready here. The temperance card is about patience and balance. And there's this, usually two cups, and they're going back and forth. It's creating something. It takes time for it to unfold, but they don't want the old ways. The old ways are the old bland metal, and they want gold. And so it's going back and forth, and there's this transformation happening, but it's leaving the old ways of what it was, its old elements behind, because it's becoming gold. So there's this transformation that comes in here. And I feel like, what they're feeling about you is that they want things to unfold. They want things to transform and be different. They want to let go of old thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, feelings, just a lot of old stuff, and they want to move into something new, something more free, something that doesn't feel restrictive, both them on themselves and you on yourself and them, and on whatever interactions you guys have. They just want it to be free and flowing. So I really like that for you, because it's really what keeps a relationship alive. When we have a lot of expectations, it just sucks the air right out of it. And the flame that, if you have like a candle, you know, like this, and I'm not going to burn my hand, but if you put something on top of it, the oxygen would burn up, and then it would poof and pass out. And they don't want that. They don't want it to burn out, but so they want life to be breathed into your interactions, if that makes sense. So that is what is coming through, Elisa. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. You're so funny. All right. Let me see where we left off here. So we've got got there. You guys are funny. All right. So always victory. You are up next. And you would like one oracle and one tarot, please. And you like spirit's advice on releasing your spiritual problem and healing completely. All right, let's take a look here. So what we have going on here. All right, okay. And then let's take a look here. Which of the oracle I have here? I feel like the enchanted map will give you direction on how to go about your journey here. So we'll use those. And let's see what we have. So for always victory. What advice do you have? Okay. So here's your two cards. You've got moonlight, and you have the high priestess. Stepping back into your temple, connecting to the higher realms, diving deep into the unconscious, the subconscious, going beyond and behind the veil. Moonlight, connecting to the moon, off by yourself here. This reflection definitely here. So they're definitely coming in here. And let's see what this oracle card brings for you. Ooh, she's the magical. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Moonlight. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, the logical, and analytical. So follow it. So, Spirit's advice on releasing your spiritual problem and healing, follow your intuition. I mean, that's the high priestess in a nutshell, too. So you got it from both ends there. It says, Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So follow the signs, right? I like to read the reversed meaning sometimes, and I do want to read this, see if it resonates. It says, too much analyzing is getting you nowhere. Stop overthinking things. You may be exhausted from second guessing yourself all the time and losing your footing. Are you insecure about your ability to make good choices? Step back and regroup and enter into a more trusting relationship with the flow of life. Don't become overly concerned about perceived mistakes. How will you learn to dance if you don't occasionally take a misstep? On the moonlit pathways, you can discover love and truth and wondrous things. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Go play, have fun, stay open, and trust. So I like those messages for you. I mean, it's definitely, you know, the High Priestess card expressed as a oracle card. So they're bringing in the same messages there with that. So that is what their advice is to trust the signs, connect inward and upward, listen, don't fear, have fun too. That helps heal. When we overthink and we focus too much on, I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem, our problem can grow. Doesn't mean that we don't reflect on it, but we spend more time focusing on gratitude and on unconditional love in the higher realms, connecting to the higher realms. It brings and grows that, and some of these things will naturally become smaller because we're not feeding them anymore. And then from a higher place, the high priestess reflecting, when they're in that wonderful place of solitude with spirit in the high temple, then we can ask them, all right, tell me about what's this thing, what's this cause, what's happening here. And I feel like that's what's coming in. So interesting, always victory, but that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. Right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are at Mars. Hello. So you want to know, why does M act so strange and different as if you're not here? Does he not know how to act? Is he aware or not aware of this? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit would like you to know with Mars. Sorry if I keep looking over here, because I keep seeing something. Well, I guess it's Spirit, because it's out of the corner of my eye, and every time I look, it goes away, and then it comes back. I'm like, what are they doing? They're playing hide and seek or what? All right. Let's take a look here, Mars. Why they act why they acting the way they are, right? So we've got the hanged man here, which they're seeing things from a different perspective that are different from yours. And the Page of Pentacles does represent new opportunity opening up here. It just feels like it's almost feels like that, like this is you. I mean, look, if you look at this, it could be the same thing upside down, right? And this is what I feel. Ignoring these, it's just like you're seeing things from two different perspectives, theirs and yours. You're seeing them as being upside down, but they also see you as being upside down. They're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "What do you mean? What are you doing?" And it's like, "Hey, you know, wait a minute. Maybe we can see things the same way, you know?" But it just feels that way. It feels like there's this differing of perspectives, and it's made them um kind of step back, and they just it's like when they're acting strange as if you're not there. It's like they're it almost feels like walking on eggshells, right? Where they're just like, well, I see things so differently that I don't want to say things anymore because it just feels like we are on different planets. And I kind of feel like they're not saying something because they're trying to avoid arguments. They're trying to avoid confrontations because they're like, I don't feel like I even speak the same language. I say something and you take it a different way. And you feel the same way. Like I say something, they're not even getting what I'm saying, and they feel the same way about you. It just feels like there's this block in communication. Mercury retrograde is going full bloom right now too, and we've been in the if this is something recent, like over the last week and a half or so, 2 weeks, because we went into the pre-shadow a couple weeks ago, which definitely starts impacting communication. But I feel like there's this it's just almost like you're speaking a foreign language to them and them to you, and you're both just going, what are you saying? You're not even speaking my language, come on. um so I feel like they they're just shut down, it feels like. So try hanging upside down for a little bit and try to see things from their perspective if you want things to work out. Because I feel like if we demand that they only do things our way and speak our way, it's not going to last that long. Because how would we feel if they demanded the same, right? And so it's about meeting them halfway, which you're capable of doing that. But I feel like they're kind of shutting down at this point with this energy. So that's interesting. That's what's coming through Mars, though. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you there. But many blessings to you. Hang in there. Um, and that's what they have. So, Alex, you are up next. Hey, Alex. So, ours current feelings and intentions for you. Let's take a look and see what they're looking at right now for you. All right. So they're right now, their feelings for you, the 5 of Cups tells us that there's spilt cups here, which are what we come here to experience. These are the lower vibrational energies that, have our sadness and our anger and our resentments and disappointing feelings, those things related to fear of losing conditional love and fears of rejection, etc. We've got the 2 flowers up here, which is normally 2 cups, which is about our emotional choice. And when I first pulled this card, I was feeling like, why do I feel this energy of like back and forth and back and forth, and it's like it depends on the moment really with them. One moment they're just like, "Oh, wow, I really like you and have these emotions and I want to express this love to you." And then the next moment they're back, they stop looking up here and they're looking back down here at their past pain. But they're like, "Oh, but I'm scared if I do this, that I'm not going to be able, I'm going to get hurt again if I open up and give my heart. But if on the other hand, what if it isn't? Da, 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 da. Oh, but what happened?" I just feel like their heart and mind are going on this seesaw, right up and down, or swing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's coming in. So I feel like it depends on the moment and intentions. The King of Wands, they have intentions of sharing their passion with you, of expressing it. But if the swing ever stops, it depends. And it's almost like they're going to take action, but the action is going to depend on where they're in the pendulum, right? If they decide to take action when they're here and they're realizing, oh, wow, I like you and I'm going to express this, it'll be nice, right? But if they're in the mood of the other, then that's what kicks in here. I just feel like Gemini Pisces energy. I'm not sure why. It just feels like this, kind of going back and forth, and like they have not like psychologically a split personality, but they just have extremes. And there's not like a lot of expression when they're in the middle. It's either they express when they're one way or they express when they're the other. So that's kind of what I feel coming in here. I mean, I feel like they're eventually going to figure it out, right? Because they get tired and it's almost like you're getting seasick going back and forth, and they're eventually going to go, okay, I got it. uh you know but I feel like it just feels like it goes on for a while of going back and forth, if that makes sense. So that is what they have for you right now, Alex. I know, what a joyful, you know this wonderful, wonderful, uh information. Yay. But what are we going to do? Enjoy the moments. That's all we can do. All right. But many blessings to you, Alex. All right. LA. Hello. Hello. I'm going to close my blinds real quick here in between readings. All right. So you want to know, are you going to be your future first boyfriend's typical type, or are you going to be somewhat of a shock to him? Let's take a look here. Let's see, what does Spirit want to share with that? Are you going to be an odd one for them? I feel like, with the 7 of Stars here, this does represent the 7 of Cups. I just said 7 of Stars. 7 of Cups does represent emotional confusion. So that would definitely, um, do that, because look at, I kind of feel like, you definitely will be different here, because I just feel like they're a beast, like they're the lion, right? And most people don't have a tail and lion ears and, and stuff. And I feel like when they meet you, that you are different, because they haven't found someone that they can relate to like they relate to you, because they're like, you've got lion ears, you have a tail, we have this commonality that no one has ever had. Like, you get me, and you're like, I know, rare, I do, and I like this. And the 7 of Cups does represent like an emotional confusion where they're just like, well, wait a minute. It's hard for them, and that's the shock, right? It's like the, wait a minute. It's not, it takes some time for it to compute. You can see even I'm having trouble talking. It's just like this. They have trouble. They're just so excited, and so it's a happy shock, though. It's a great shock, not like a, like, whoa, who are you? you know, who has purple hair, kind of thing. It's just more like, you've got ears, you have a tail. It's that kind of feeling. So I like that for you, LA. It's a very positive thing. And I know when we talked earlier today, um, we've got that the how their family and friends of them are like, oh my God, you are exactly what they need. And I like that. So that's what they have for you, LA. How fun. All right. So many blessings to you. And Zono, hello, hello, hello. And you would like to know, is Miss Vida spying on you? Let's take a look here. Is Miss Vida spying on you? Anything else? Nope, just the one here. Yes. It's like peeking from behind the curtain. That's funny. That's when they only wanted 1 card because 'cause they're like, "You don't need another one." This would be a yes, that they're watching you from the unknown. The high priest just dives into the hidden and the unknown, and so this would be the hidden, looking at you, right? So that would be a hilarious, positive yes. But, I don't feel like it's anything you need to be concerned about. You're just like, "You know what? Spy all you want," just make sure to close your blinds, right? You're just like, "I don't care. You don't have to see me." But, I don't feel any concerns around it. I just feel, that it's like, "Well, whatever. Do what you want. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me from being who I am," kind of feeling to it. So, that's what they have for you, Zono. So, many blessings for you. And so we are to LH. Hello, hello. I am doing great. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing great as well. And you wanna know if what are Chuck's thoughts about your conversation via text today? Oh, okay. Let's see what is going on inside Chuck's mind. We'll do a Vulcan mind meld and see what's going on in there. So, there is some deconstruction going on, some towers falling down inside their head. But the 7 of Pentacles is the fruition. It takes time and patience for things to unfold. And I feel like there's things that are processing in their mind. I almost saw this, and I saw that emoticon that has like the mind blown. It almost feels like it took them by surprise, or but it's a positive card. Trusting whatever unfolds does untrust for them. And I kind of feel like this is where they're what's going on inside their head, right? They're just understanding that things are going to be okay. Things are unfolding, but things are moved in my life on purpose, out of my life on purpose, but it's always for me. And so I feel like whatever conversations came up, it did kind of take them off guard for a moment and blew their mind in a way. But they're also, with the processing of it, there's things and thoughts and intentions that are being deconstructed to create new ones. And so I feel like whatever the conversation was, it did allow them to see you in a different point of view. And it's like there's pieces of them that, um, because they're kind of showing me, I don't know why they're showing me it this way, but there's like some home, like a part, like a block that had condemned homes that, and then they put up these new beautiful skyscraper condos. And I'm like, okay, well, that seems positive. They took away something that couldn't be lived in, and they're creating something that can be lived in. So hopefully that makes sense there. It just feels um like they're processing things still, but it's a good processing. They're really looking at things differently in a positive way, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through LH. So hopefully that makes sense to you. It seemed kind of vague to me, but that's what is coming through. So I think they're speaking in some sort of code. But there you go. I think you know the code. So many blessings, LH. And that's what they have for you. So Alexis, you are up next, and you want to know whatever comes out. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay. You got some thinking going on here and some decisions that are being made. The Five of Swords represents thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. The five is about conflict, about some conflict of your mind, and maybe even conflict on the outside, because I feel like you're kind of trying to figure things out in your mind, but there's also someone else on the outside and others, because the Emperor is, like in a throne room with people, blah, 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 with their opinions, their advice, blah, all right, everybody. But the Emperor steps in, at some point going, all right, I've heard enough information. Thank everyone for your advice. Bye-bye now. Everyone step out. I'm making my decision now for my kingdom. My kingdom. Me. I'm the Emperor. And I feel like it's you stepping up here with this conflicting and deciding and going, you know what? I have on one side all this stuff in my brain that everyone has just told me they want, blah, 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 blah. And on the other side, this is where the conflict comes in. It's not something you want. It's not something that you agree with, not something you want for your life. And you're like, okay, I've got to make a decision and stand up for me in my life. And it's okay to do so because it is your life. And I feel like that's what spirits want you to know is it's okay to choose you, not to give up your dreams and yourself for other people all the time. You get to choose for you too. And actually it is helpful for everyone when you do, because the best gift you can give the world is a healthy, full you, not a quiet, dimmed, low, small, teeny version of who you are. They want you big and grand, Spirit does. So that's what's coming through for you, Alexis. So many blessings for you. All right. So, Arcano 12, you absolutely can ask a question. All you have to do is pop it down in the chat, and that's what we do. So, it's good. I'm like an hour in, so this is a good time to mention it for everyone here that's new to the channel too. For the free readings, all you do is pop your question in the chat. I go down in order, first come, first serve. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit will know what you're wanting, and we'll pull cards. And if anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings and prioritize those to honor the energy exchange and also dive deeper into those. And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue to go down in order. I'm usually on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending. So if you do want it prioritized to make sure I do it, a donation of any kind, it doesn't matter the dollar amount. And you can use the super chat or any of the donations mentioned in the pinned comment or the description box of the video. I have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So that's the public service announcement. So we'll get back to the readings. All right. All right. So hopefully that answered your question, Arcano. Hey, RK, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well today. All right. And then okay, Jonathan, you already asked your question. So that's good there. That's good. That's good. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anyone here. All right, Shirley Maydor. I probably mispronouncing that. You're up next for the next free reading. And you want to know, can please tell me, would L or T be a better life partner with you financially and emotionally? All right. So let's take a look here And we're going to pull a card for each, and it's going to represent the energy that it brings in financially and emotionally for you. And then you can decide which of the two is more um, up your alley. All right, so that's for L. And that would be T. So for L and for T. All right, well, it's pretty clear here. L, um, this is, the Queen of Wands is fiery. She gets things done. She makes progress, really communicates intuition, great relationship with spirit, and so very confident, very bright, very fiery, right? And then we have T, and T is heartbreak and disappointment. So L by these cards is the one that would be fulfilling and fiery and passionate movement, very much allowing you to be yourself and to shine bright and to be you. And, of course, with all that abundance, it just stands out. The other one, T, unfortunately, it feels like there would be disappointment, heartbreak, that in there. So it's, very clear. Yeah, do we need to say more? You're like, no. So that is what they have for you right now with that question, Shirley. So many blessings to you. All right. And I see you asked a second question, Shirley. What I try to do is get through to give everyone like it's like going to a potluck. Everyone gets to go through first, and then if there's food left over, then people can go for seconds. So I'll keep in mind if I do get down to here, um, with get through all the free readings within the time frame, then we'll come back and revisit that for you. All right. Hey, Marie. All right. High Priest girl. So a spirit message for you. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. So I feel like there's something like this came through before. I've definitely seen these two cards today this way, but the Four of Wands is like marriage, and it's like a marriage card with this combination, because the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords tells us swords are the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the attitudes, the expectations around marriage. And these are the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the must, all of these opinions that have been poured in around what a relationship is supposed to be, who it's supposed to be with, who you're supposed to be with, blah, 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 blah. So many. Can almost put like a cage, a bird cage over this and go, this is trapped. It has to be this. And I love the Ten of Swords coming in with this, though, because this is normally someone laying down flat with like 10 swords in their back, which represents I am sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations. And I'm ending these, and I'm having a new beginning where this is free, and not having so many restrictions about it. I am ready to go forward in with freedom towards whatever this partnership would be and how it's going to be and who it's going to be with and when it's going to be. I'm going to allow more freedom around that to come in. And I like that for you, because it is, like you said, it is more just relaxing and freeing. And we're not spending so much of our energy on trying to live up to something and everything falling short. We're investing our energy in celebrating who someone is instead of focusing in on who they're not, focusing on who you are instead of focusing on who you're not, focusing on what the relationship is instead of what it's not. Because that, you know, feels so bleh, right? The other feels exciting and something that we'd want. So I feel like that's what Spirit's message is here, is letting go and just like, oh yes, let's get out of this cage and let's focus on how we can be, um, you know, celebrating who we each other are instead of focusing on pitfalls and shortcomings, right? So that is what's coming through, High Priest Girl. So many, many blessings to you. And Cheery, you are up next. So Cheery, you like some angel guidance. You feel like you're giving up on your passion. Is it for a while or let's take a look here. What do Spirit want you to know here? No, I feel like the passion, if you feel like you're giving up on your passion, then it wasn't your passion. It wasn't your dream. Their angels are removing things out of your path to make space for what is your true dream. Here's the Nine of Cups, dream come true. You can't make it up, right? So, this deconstruction, the stuff that's falling away, is because it has like a lot of energy of other people's opinions. You trying to be who you think you're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, and it's they're removing these things to open up the pathway so you step towards what your high heart truly wants. What is your true dream? For your life? What is that wish fulfillment? What makes your heart truly sing? Not what checks off list in your mind of who I'm supposed to be, and we all go through that, especially when you start on your spiritual path. It's like, ooh, I'm supposed to be spiritual and I'm supposed to do this and this. This is what spiritual people do. And we do it and we're like, God, why does it take so much out of me trying to make that happen? Isn't it supposed to be spiritual? And Spirit's like, yeah, no, get rid of that stuff, deconstruct. There's this other journey. Everything can be spiritual. And it's like, what is your true dream? How do you truly want to express that unconditional love in your heart with the world in your own unique way, not the supposed to way, but your own unique way? And I feel like that's what's happening. This, you feel like you're giving up on your passion, but it's actually crumbling because it's not your passion. It was something you learned through, it was something you experienced, but it's not your long term. It's time for that to end, and it's time for you to head in a direction that's more in alignment with who you want to be in this life. So that's what I feel is coming through with those, Cherry, for you. So hang in there and enjoy this new adventure. Um, I like it. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and we completed those. All right. So, Marie, you are up next and you'd like a love reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look and see. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? All right. You definitely have this change of thought here. You have both swords here, which are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations around love, since that was what we're inquiring about. And the Ace of Swords here is what you have. The Knight of Swords is on a quest for the Ace of Swords, movement of thought and belief around love. And this is like the key that unlocks the mind to release the things. So you're in pursuit of this, you find it, and you're seeing things from a different perspective. You're seeing love from a different perspective. You're beginning to understand what is a fear of losing conditional love or fear of rejection or whatever all these rules that you've been taught around love all your life. And there's this freedom that comes with this because as you're connecting to these higher truths about love, about your lovability, seeing these fears of for the lies that they are, it allows things to open up more for you regarding love. Because when we have so many expectations, so many rules, and it has to be this person this way at this timing, it's a very small road that has to be walked upon, and we're restricting spirit in the world, the universe, for bringing all of it to us in all these other ways. It's like, well, this one, usually they say this is on back order for 1,000 years. But if we let a lot of expectations go and build our trust with spirit about, I trust you to bring in who is perfect for me in the perfect way and the hard one in your perfect timing. No, I want who I want, when I want it, how I want it now is how we usually are, right? Humans. But there's this change of mindset, this change of way of looking at love that's coming in for you, which allows less energy be invested in trying to control love and focusing more on your inner love and allowing things to unfold in the outside world, discovering the fears you have around lovability and releasing things. So I really like that for you, Marie. So it is beautiful coming in. I know it doesn't sound like it a whole lot, but it is beautiful and freeing. And I like it. So hang in there. Much love to you, Marie. And that's what they have for you right now. All right. You are welcome, Dijona. Hey, Kavita. I think you are up next here. Let me just double check here. Yep. So you would like a general reading. Let's take a look here. So what would Spirit like you to know, Kavita? 2 and 2. Let's see what we got here. All right. I like that for you. And I like that for you. Yay. So they basically say the same thing in a way, because we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is like whatever has been taking its good old precious time, it is ending. You're ready for an ending of old cycles and the beginning of something new. There's this refreshing feeling coming in, a harvest, and then a new seeds are being planted. So there's some completion, some endings, but then there's this free new adventure that you head off on here. And same thing here with the 10 of wands and the ace of wands. 10 of wands burdened all this energy that you've been investing for so long in like this harvest that 10 of wands can be harvest card too, that this harvest comes here and then you're letting all that energy go that you were investing in that harvest and you're investing it in a new passion, a new adventure, a new drive, a new beginning. So whatever this is that has been taking forever, and here it's like, okay, here's the fruition. Seven of Pentacles and the World card both say too that once the fruit grows and you have the harvest, you're like, okay, that's done. I don't want to do that anymore. It's like you plant apple, like apple seeds to grow apple trees because you were convinced by everyone that everyone wants applesauce. All right, well, I'll do it for applesauce and apple pie and apple fritters and apple juice and just apples in general. All right, I'll do it. And then you have the big harvest and you give it all away and you make all the applesauce and you do everything and everyone else is happy. And you feel happy that everyone else is happy. But then you're like, but what about me? I want guacamole. Okay, next season, I'm planting avocado trees. I don't care what anyone else says. I am planting avocado trees. I'm going to have guacamole if it kills me. And that's what I feel is going on here for you. A big transformation. This big thing that you did for a lot of people, for a lot of out of love and that, but it's like, okay, now I'm done. Now it's time for me and my choices. So I like it for you, Kavita. So that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you. All right. All right, Brenda, hello. You are up next. So this is a guy, Arun. He's following you. What's his motive? Let's take a look here. Ooh. It looks like here marriage and fortune. I'm like, well, they kind of nailed it, right? It's like, well, they're searching for love, they're searching for a relationship, they're looking for a change of fortune, something that will make their life feel full and fulfilling and overflowing. And so I feel like they have this motive of this is the possibility. And they're thinking this and they're thinking they'll get this. And it could be that they think that you maybe have a lot of fortune and in this. So I kind of felt like when I read um your question, I just felt this, "Ew," like, not what I want. I want someone for me, not for what I can offer them, in a way. Um, and it feels like material, very material, very not contractual, um, but it's can't think of the word right now, but it feels very, um, like I said, yeah, I think you get it. It's like a contract. It's very transactional. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. Feels transactional, like what they would want. I want this and this from you, and this is what you would give me, instead of like, wow, I really think you're awesome, and I love your personality and your smile and what you bring in and your energy. I just want to be around you. Very different from "Buddha, Buddha, Buddha," right? So that's what I feel is coming in right now, Brenda. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Enjoy that, right? Call the cops. I'm just kidding. But enjoy your adventure. All right. Thank you, Divine. All right. Okay, always victory. And I'm sure you always victory. You heard me with someone else that had asked a second question. I try to get through everyone within the session with that. And then if I have a lot of time left over, then I go back for seconds, like at a potluck. Um, so I know you understand. So we'll go through here and see how many more we have left here. So, Miss Sweet Like Honey, hello. So, what would it be like potentially moving to H Town with all these new characters? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here and see the potential here. What spirit wants you to know about the potential? Ooh, very mysterious. So we have the King of Pentacles. So there's definitely with some, there's this abundant feeling, this wholeness, getting to know your worth in relationship to the outside world in a very bright, beautiful way. So this is very, a very positive card for that. They have the moon too, which this, of course, being a major arcana is significant. It's nurturing mother, connection to spirit, very mysterious, hidden things and adventure, is what I feel is coming in here too. So I feel like there would be just some things that would creep up that would be different, the hidden, the unknown. But overall, I feel very positive effect from here, but not, it's like spirit. Your spirit guides are very blunt with you, aren't they? They're like, just don't be stupid. And you're like, I know, I get it. Um, enjoy it. You could enjoy it. It would be very like an adventure, very a mystery to be solved, adventures to be had, journeys to be made. But very positive cards coming in. So that is what I feel they have for you, Miss Sweet Like Honey. So I feel like that's a thumbs up for, if you're like, I'll go try this out. Just don't sell the farm. I don't know what that means. I guess it means just don't, oh, don't give away the farm. They said not sell, give away. I'm like, oh, sorry, don't give away the farm. Make sure you have everything protected in yourself for your journey, through that process. So I like it. All right. So Florence, hello, hello, Florence N. You definitely can have a question here. So can you get a new job this year? All right, let's take a look here and see if there are possibilities of a new job are available to you and what spirit has here for you. Yeah, you definitely have the possibilities here with the Two of Wands because this is about it's within your power to make it happen. Four of Pentacles is about a solid outside world coming in. Also, just being aware of not defining your worth by your job is an important piece of this too. Knowing that when you define your worth by, the outside world, whether it be relationship or job, education, social status, your things like your body, your bank accounts, your possessions. When we do that, we feel very unstable. There's something more solid we find within us and upward, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. That can be the foundation of your worth. And I think that's an important piece of it when you're making the decisions, because if we fear that around a job that we need to have a certain one or it means something about us, that energy impacts us with the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands tells us the power that we have being a co-creator in our lives. When we focus on our fear, we actually make a lot of stuff happen and self-fulfilling prophecies, right? I was talking a little earlier about the rabbit that's fearful and is telling everybody the eagle's going to get us one day. It's going to swoop down. It's going to kill us. The eagle's going to come. The eagle's going to come. And they get so loud about it that the eagle overhears and goes, "What? What a great idea." Swoops down and grabs the rabbit. It's like because of our energy, because of the noise we're making around it, we actually draw it to us. That's the same thing with our energy. When we focus on fearing something's going to leave our life, we repel it. If we fear something's going to come into our life, we draw it in. And how we counteract that with all those energies is we move it over to this side, focus on what we're grateful for in our life, what we do want to draw in, focusing our energy more instead of on fears, on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. Doing all that expands that, and these naturally shrink. So you definitely can get a new job this year. But look at it. What is it for the what for what reasons, right? And when we change our energies, if it's not fearing something like I'm not making enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm never going to get promoted, whatever the reasons are that we all leave jobs, when we focus on gratitude and stuff, you can be amazed at the transformation that can happen in the job that we're in, or the job opportunities that will open up as well. So I like this empowerment message that's coming in for you, Florence. And so I'm very happy for you. So you definitely have it within your power for that. So many, many blessings to you. And that's what they have. So, Baddie Lex, hey, welcome, new Baddie Lex. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Welcome to the Soul family. Hopefully, we'll see you around some more as well. You're definitely welcome. And yeah, you can definitely ask a question. And you want to know, why was Odie being distant last night when he saw you last night? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here, see what is going on with Odie. What is going on in their mind and heart and life. So, on one side of this, what's going on with them here, they've got some disappointments that's going on in their life. I just feel like whatever has happened has made them a little heartbroken, So it could be, and I don't feel like this has to do with you, this feelings that they're having. I just feel like they had something that happened that just really uh, knocked them off the fence, knocked them off their game, off track, to where they just, um, it's just, uh, like I said, it just totally took their energy and took them into a different place. And I feel like they're not the kind of person I feel that will uh, share things, share problems, things that happen to them, because they've kind of been taught, no, no, don't show any kinks in your armor. Keep it inside, deal with it yourself, talk to your buddy. That's it. It stay silent. It's like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. This is the kind of energy I feel that they have. So I feel like they're just withdrawn because the walls had to go up because they felt unsafe and out of control with something going on in their life. And you just happen to be on the outside of the wall. And that's why you feel like they're distant right now. The other thing that came in here, though, is more for you, which is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a kind of a codependency awareness card, which is kind of the overgiver awareness card. And what that means is somewhere in your life, you can even see on the scales here, somewhere, sometime in your life, let me see if I can even get it to focus there. You can see my beautiful band-aid all nice and focused. But, there's this, what happens, in our life, usually when we're 7 years old and younger, we as children don't know any better. We desire, love from important people in our life. And when we wanted attention from them, we had to do so much to get attention from them, and usually parents are primary suspect, but it could be grandparents or teacher, coach, whoever it was that it meant so much to get attention from them. And we had to do so much to get it because they're busy trying to make sure we're not starving, have a roof over our head, trying to give equal attention to all the children and friends and family and everything else, that we had to do extreme things to get very little. So we had to give like 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And we as children don't know any better, right? And we're like, okay, well, this is how it works. And then that seeps down into our subconscious, not to be seen, right? And so it impacts our life where we are, giving, giving and giving, like in school, overdoing things in school, overdoing things at work, and in all of our relationships, friends, family, romance. And what happens when that happens, that like in our conscious mind, we're like, I want people to give to me. I want them to show this stuff to me. But inside, down under the subconscious, where our little child self is at, the one that goes, no, no, no. We only have 999 coins that we've given them. We still have to give them one more before we deserve it. So they have these force fields that are keeping people from giving us what we want, and we are overgiving, 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 but not allowing them to give to us. So some of the stuff that happens with that, when we're in that side of things, we are like the enabler in codependent relationships too. And if this sounds familiar, um, we feel we have to give and give and give, and then we give until we're exhausted, and then we still feel we have to give and give and give and give even after that, till we eventually become resentful. And if this reminds you of a past relationships where when we are allowing that, where we're giving and not allowing them to give to us, well, they want to give to us too, because look how wonderful it feels to give. But we're not allowing them to give, even if it's subconsciously that there's these force fields. Our little inner child's going, nope, nope, nope. And they're subconsciously picking up on that energy, going, why do I feel I can't give to them? you know, well, if they can't give to us, where do they give? They become workaholics, where they pour all of their time into work and their energy into work, or working out, or a hobby, or their friends, or affairs, right? They end up going because they want to feel where they want to be able to give to someone, and maybe all these other things allow them to give, even though consciously we want them to give to us, but our subconscious is saying no. What we can do in this is, once we're aware of it, going, I had no idea. I forgot that was all down there. When we bring it to our consciousness, so if you think about, who is it in my past that I had to overgive to? Usually it's going to come right away. It doesn't take a whole lot of, I wonder who it was. It's like, I know who it was. It was my mom and my dad. Usually they're the prime suspects, the usual suspects, I should say. And we're like, oh yeah, it was them, and I see what I had to do. Well, bringing it into your consciousness, you're able to, this little edit button appears in this 1 to 1,000. You can click on the edit button. It lets you in that field of 1,000. You erase the zeros, and it brings it down to 1 to 1, and you click save, and then that goes in there. Then suddenly these force fields not allowing people to give to us, not allowing things to come in, are gone. We feel this abundance flood into our life in different ways. So I feel like this is what is coming in. I do feel like this is separate from that experience, but it does play into it, of course, and it goes that route. So I definitely see that comes in there. So that is what is coming in there for you right now. And Elpidia, I'm so sorry that I missed your donation. I just now saw that. But that's what is coming in for you, Betty Lex. So that is your message for right now. So hopefully that helps with what's happening, and you should just editing it and looking at and seeing that should the energetically just change your interactions with everyone, really. So I like it. So many blessings. And again, thank you for being a new subscriber. All right, Elpedia. Good to see you. Good to see you. And you say you hope your PhD supervisor will help you. Well, let's take a look here. And thank you for your donation. And we will dive in here. Um, so I see your super chat now. Don't know why it blended in. Um, but let's take a look here. And I see Natalia, yours as well. So you'll be up next after that. You are very welcome. So let's see here. Will you complete your PhD in 2024? Look at that. And then let's see here. You also said you hope your PhD supervisor will help you. Let's take a look here. We'll dive into that as well. Anything else about that? Okay. And then because you're so patient and forgiving, I'm also going to pull a card here, an animal spirit oracle for you. And let's take a look and see what your animal spirit that's hanging around you wants you to know as well. So we'll do that here last. So will you complete it? Well, you definitely have the star card here, the wish fulfillment card coming in here, which is very positive. Two major arcana. So I really feel like you will complete your PhD in 2024. The hermit card, I feel like you're going to be spending a lot of time alone completing it, though, focusing it. But this is not so much like that. It's just while you're going through that, just make sure to connect with your higher self. Spirit will guide you and help you in the process too. So they want you to fulfill your dreams. They are excited to be assistants for you. So just make sure to spend time with yourself. Make sure you spend time for yourself and connecting to your spirit world, however you do that, because they definitely want to assist you along the way with that. So very positive cards coming in there. Mm. And I do feel like your PhD supervisor will help you too, because here I like looking at it this way: a lot of communication, a lot of energy being involved in communication. I really feel like, especially with your last year coming up, they're really going to help and want to help and give you guidance and support along the way here. Ace of Cups is like a new a new emotional approach that you have, like a new it's not like you're falling in love with your PhD supervisor or vice versa. So I don't mean it that way. It's like the relationship changes, and I feel this is what they do. I feel like a lot of people drop out, and so they don't waste their time on individuals till they get toward the last, to their last year and even into the last half of their last year, because they are like, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my energy. But they put more energy into the relationship between you two towards your PhD and being your support, because they see that, okay, you are going to make it. You're going to make it to the end, and you're not going to be one of those that just disappears. They are like, okay, you are serious and we're going to do this. So I really like that coming in here for those. And then oh, look, your spirit animal is a peacock. So I like that um, coming in here. Beautiful, beautiful animals, of course. And let me see what message the peacock brings in for you here. Sorry, they're not in alphabetical order. They're just by air sign. There they are. Yeah. So inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. I like it. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. And it says it's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outwardly indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare, Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When you're in balance with this peacock energy, which they're around you, helping you through these things, then you have this confidence, you have kindness. So the peacock is here to help you through this last year, to have this confidence, to have this kindness, um, to be able to digest all these experiences and not harbor any resentments, conflict, or any past pain, right? When we're out of balance with this energy, we can feel like we can't digest situations. But to bring it into balance, you can meditate on the navel. So meditate on, you know, that chakra, right? So I like that. I like that for you. Very, very beautiful. They're here to help you for over your last year. So you have a peacock animal spirit that is specifically um, joining to help you through this last year of your towards your PhD. So I like that for you, Elpedia. So if you see peacocks, you'll be like, hey, but that is what they have. So very excited for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Sorry I missed it right away. All right, Natalia, you are up next. You want to know, is D coming towards you? Let's take a look here. All right. So got those two and that one there. And what else about D coming towards you? All right, let's see here. All right. I feel like they will be here eventually. I feel like what's been keeping them here, I mean, got the lovers and the 9 of swords. They've had fears, related to pain and nightmares and insomnia around relationships. They've had some I feel like they've had some nightmare type of relationships in their past. So when they think about getting close, they think about moving towards someone, it freaks them out a little bit because the past pain just bubbles up, right? And but I feel like they're working through that because they've got the emperor here, which emperor, it's Aries energy, which is new beginnings, new things coming in. And the emperor really has the stability with the number 4. It's a very stable number, like a big dining table with 4 legs on it. It's a very solid foundation. And I feel like they're stepping into that and realizing that they are the ones that rule over their empire and that they don't have to listen to all the fears or the people or the opinions or, the fears of losing conditional love, that they're really stepping into the power of choice, the power of deciding what they want. And I like that. I mean, it feels like they're working through these fears and moving towards feeling like they can do this. So I feel like they've been working on that and they're getting ready to this stage. So I feel like they are stepping towards you, but I almost feel like it's 5 step forwards, 2 steps back, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. So I feel like they move forward and then like, well, wait a minute. Okay, no, 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 let's go forward. Okay, so they're making progress. It just feels like it's taking forever. Because if you saw someone walking like that, you'd be like, oh my god, just hurry up. But it's good. While we're waiting for this, it's really your higher self. This is a message from your higher self to you here, because they're speaking to you through it's supposed to be a trumpet, but I feel like they're speaking to you through a microphone, into your ear, going, be true to the authentic you. Don't try to feel like you have to be someone else other than who you are, because they do want you for who you are, not for who you think they think that you are supposed to be, type of thing, right? So your higher self is like saying, don't be drawn off out of fear of like, well, what if I'm not who they want? What if I'm not who everyone wants me to be? We're never going to be. And it's funny how people get attracted to us when we're being ourselves, right? And then when people show interest, they're like, "Oh, who do they want me to be?" well, who we were, but we tend to mess it up, right? We all mess it up because we start to get pressure, these fears of, I got to be who I think they want me to be, so they'll stay with me. And if I'm not who they will be, I fear they'll leave me. And it's like, if we all just would stay so true to our authentic selves and be ourselves, we would all love each other so much because we don't want to be, none of us want to have to fit into a cookie cutter type of person. We all want to express our uniqueness and we all want to be appreciated for our uniqueness. And the biggest thing that we can do is appreciate others for their uniqueness and ourselves for our own uniqueness. And then we change the world that way, right? So I do like that this here for you. I definitely feel they are moving towards you, but Spirit is saying, "Be true to you, Natalie. Be true to you," and I like it. I like it. But they are headed towards you, so I am happy for you if that is what you want from them. If not, call the police and get a restraining order. I know that you want them to. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that, Natalia. All right. Very good. Very good. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And we had left off here. Very good. Surely. Oh, all right. Very interesting. Oh, no, no need to apologize, Shirley, at all. I don't mind people asking second questions. I just want to make sure that they don't like, why did you skip me? I'm just like, yeah, we'll circle back around. And you didn't have to delete it either, because I might have time to actually do it here. So let's take a look here. I think we did Elpedia. We did that there. All right. So Shriti Panda, you want to know angel spirit message for you? Absolutely. All right. Well, you definitely have this energy here of empowerment because the Two of Wands does talk to you about how much you hold within your hands of your world and the choice that you have of which world that you want to hold in your hands. One that's related to fears and or one that's related to unconditional love, because whatever you focus on the most is what grows in your life, right? And it's very simple. It life is a choice between two things. We either are choosing unconditional love in the moment or fear, and whatever we focus on is what expands, especially fear. If we fear something's going to leave our life, we will repel it. If we fear something will come in, we draw it in. Or we can focus on what we're grateful for and grow that and draw in what we do want rather than focusing on what we don't want. So there's this empowerment that comes in here. And I really like that because the King of Pentacles rolls over the outside world. It's like you're on top of the world here, in its abundance, its fulfillment. They've gone through the entire suit of pentacles, so they have a lot of wisdom about the outside world to glean and to share. And it is about looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, turning inward and upward to find who you really are instead of focusing on the outside world, with the relationship situations and things to define you, because when you do, you find that those outside world things are very undependable and shaky and disappointing because they're unstable. Relationships, people change, they pass away, they walk away. Relationships never stay the same, and are not forever with human characters. Situations like jobs and education never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions. So eventually we get bored of that, tired of that enough, disappointed enough. We turn inward and upward, and this is where we find a foundation of our worth. We find our power, we connect to our higher selves, and we step into the power here. That's why you realize your power of choice we have in each moment and your power of where you're looking for your worth and it changes the whole world of what you're seeing on the outside. Because we don't when we find all that on the inside, we don't say, "All right, I'm done, take me back." We're like, "Oh, I get to see the world in a different way now." Instead of it falling short everywhere, because it couldn't give us what we're looking for on the inside. When we find it on the inside, then the outside world is above and beyond extra. So it goes from being lacking to overflowing instead. And so I feel like this is the message that spirit has for you right now is really looking at where are you looking for your worth? What are you focusing your energy on? And you can have this transformation in your life that's really huge if you want to look into that. So I like that for you, Shweety. So many, many blessings to you. That is what they have for you right now. All right. Hey, Rose with the R. Hello, hello. And you want to know what is coming for you next week? All right, let's take a look here. You are very welcome, Shweety. All right, Rose. Nothing's coming for you next week. Yay! It's just going to be smooth sailing, a blank slate. Okay, let me refresh these real quick. All right, there we go. So you do have this can represent, I feel like this is representing more the power of choice because it's a power of emotional choice with the Two of Cups. You have two choices coming in, and you have the Six of Swords where you're also moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So the mind and the heart are going through this wonderful little transformation next week where there's an opportunity to see things from a different perspective and make a different emotional choice with it too. You know, when we talk about choice, every moment we are making choices, right? We're making a mental choice of what story we're putting on a situation because life just happens. But our mind goes, wait a minute, this looks familiar. When this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean because we've got this big data bank in our head of all these opinions saying, when this happens, this is what it means. Like, wait, this sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, that means this. Instead of us deciding for ourselves, we're kind of in autopilot a lot of like, oh, this is what it means. This is how I'm supposed to feel because there's an emotional data bank. And this is what I'm supposed to do with my energy. But there's this beautiful power coming in with those cards of thinking. My thinking is changing. I'm going to put a different story to this. See, I'm going to experiment this week. Different story. And then oh, that's cool. Okay, different emotion. And I feel like you're experimenting with deciding, I don't want to think about things like that anymore, that this is what it means. I'm changing the story. I'm changing the narrative. I'm changing the emotion. I'm changing where I'm investing my energy. You know, we come down here to experience feeling like, oh, life happens to me and I'm out of control. And, you know, whatever comes around the corner impacts my thoughts and my emotions. Yay. You know, I feel like a puppet with strings. This is fun. And then we're like, okay, this is enough. And we snip, 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 snip. And we snip away things so that we decide, we overthrow our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and it allows us to see things differently. So I really feel like this next week for you is an experiment week. You're going into a laboratory and becoming a mad scientist, and you're going to laugh hysterically as you uh, choose to look at things differently in your mind and your heart. And I like it for you, Rose. So that's what's coming in here. And I like it. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. Hey, Marie. All right. So, Kimberly, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation from Shanae. Thank you so much, Shanae, for your donation. And you want to know, will you receive the money that you're waiting for this week? All right. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Yeah. Well, the card that comes out is the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles is money, is abundance. The Eight of Pentacles is movement. You've done the work, you put the blood, sweat, and tears in, and here comes the movement, which means, yes, that you do get the money that you've been waiting to receive here. Let me see if they'll give you anything else on that too. Nope, none of those. All right, yep. 9 of Pentacles, so you're feeling full and whole and complete with this too. So, it comes right after the 8. So the 8 of Pentacles moving into the 9 of Pentacles. So really feeling that here. You have the 4 Wands, joy and celebration, and that too. It's also the wedding card. I'm like, is this from a divorce? I'm just kidding. But it is a joy, celebration, stable energy that comes in here. But wonderful, wonderful combination here. So definitely all these cards point to a yes. So I like that for you, Shanae. So easy breezy question there, and answer. We like them that way. Very clear. So I love that. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So Kimberly Junius. So how does Marshall feel about you? Let's take a look here and see. And Kimberly will be my last free reading for this evening. I've hit over my 2 hours. So for everyone that was going to go back for seconds, we've actually run out of time. But I will be back. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at Mountain Time, and also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And before everyone takes off here, I will take care of you, Kimberly, real quick here. I'm sorry. The I do have a drawing every Monday, so last chance to get into the drawing for tomorrow. I will be giving away 2 30-minute personal recorded readings. And if you watch the video, to tell you how to get into the drawing. And then there's also mention of a monthly giveaway. And that has to do with my I have monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. And this is the playlist for that if you haven't had a chance to check that out yet. And then also, if you guys want even more readings, I have a pick card at least once a week. And so there's a ton of them on my playlist. If you check them out, I have some playlists where it's listed by, like relationships or money, abundance, life purpose, career, and then a bunch of others as well. And I have some other free video series too, if you guys want to check any of those out. This pick a card for this week was about our Aries new moon solar eclipse energy, the sun moving into Taurus. So happy birthday to all you Taurus suns, and going into Mercury retrograde. So it talks about what energy is coming in. So if you guys want to check any of those out, those are all free as well. So I just want to get those in there. And thank you guys also for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. Really appreciate that. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you so much for being part of the love tsunami. All right. So Kimberly, let's take a look here. How does Marshall feel about you? All right. I must feel here that with feelings aren't coming in here. It's more thoughts. So I almost feel like maybe they're an air sign that, when we ask air signs, um, they're big thinkers. And so when we go, how do you feel? They're like feelings. Okay, how do you think? And they're like, oh, okay, this is what I think about that. Instead of how do you feel about that? They're like, I don't know. Like, well, what do you think about it? Okay, I have thoughts about it, but feelings are kind of kept down in a little dungeon deep down below, protected and hidden from the world, is what I feel here. But for you, I feel like they are on the fence here. And, it's the Two of Swords is kind of like close your eyes and open your heart. And I feel like their heart and their mind are having this conversation because the Queen of Swords is also, she rolls over air, the mind, but all the queens are given a second portion, which is, that's funny, they're an air sign, which is um cups, it's water, emotion. So balancing mind and heart, balancing mind and heart. I really feel like their mind and their heart are having these deep conversations because I feel like their heart, they're going on strike because they don't feel like they're being heard at the table, and they're wanting to be heard at the table here. That is funny that they are an air sign. Um, but I feel like there is movement in here, and I feel like the negotiations going on between their heart and their head are getting there. I feel like there is emotion there, or they wouldn't be having a conversation at all. And balancing of heart and mind, it would just be like the king, the king of swords, which is all about air and totally emotions. What emotions? I only have thought, but there is emotion that's bouncing around underneath them there. So I feel like there are some feelings. It just, I just feel like it's going to be a while before negotiations are settled, right? And if their heart has to, go on strike, look out. But I feel like it's there. It's just going to take a little bit of time for them to, get through that. So that's what's coming through right now for you, Kimberly. Um, Not a whole lot of extra detail at this point, but at least you know that there's something going on in there. And appreciate your question. So many blessings to you. And I think that is going to be it. You're very welcome for this evening. Thank you guys again for your thirst for searching after spirit and for hearing from them. I'm always blown away by the love and all the support as well. So thank you guys so much for that. And please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there and take care. And we'll see you.